Hello guys, how are you all? I think all is fine. The film begins with the discovery of a child by a king in forest. Kai was the name of this child. He is the main character in this movie, and the people believe that monsters raised him. The king notices something unusual about that child. No one else was able to see. He drives him to his house. The villagers believe Kai is cursed. That's why, with the exception of a girl, no one likes him. The girl was the king's daughter, Princess. The princess liked Kai very much. Kai grows older as time passes. There wasn't any change in his behavior. He used to respect and obey everyone from his childhood. It is shown that a massive monster arrives in the forest from somewhere. All soldiers try to hold that monster, but they couldn't catch it, and it was dominant on them. It was attacking and killing everyone. Meanwhile, a fox with two colored eyes is shown, and it is witnessing everything. The giant monster wasn't in anyone's control. Kai also rides on his horse and chases it. A soldier Yasuno and the monster face each other. The monster was sprinting towards him. Kai sees the monster and realizes that if he does not stop it, it will kill Yasuno. Kai also runs speedily to stop that monster. He hurriedly picks up his sword and hits the monster neck. The monster dies because of it. Like this, Kai has saved Yasuno's life. Yasuno was so selfish, he says it was better to die than to be saved by you. Kai gets hurt because of this thing. The king also arrives. They all were considering that Yasuno has killed the monster, and he didn't reveal the truth to anyone. That Kai has killed that monster, not me. Anyway, the king gives a horn of that monster to Yasuno as respect. A commander who was the special man of the king was also standing there. His name was Oishi, and notices the blood in Kai's hands. He discovers that Kai has killed the monster. Now it is clear that the king was a good human. The king of another kingdom named Kira is shown. Kira makes a plan with his special witch companion to occupy the other kingdom. They wanted to occupy Kai's kingdom. The two colored-eyed fox that was shown in the forest was that witch. The witch insists to Kira that we will go to that festival. After a few days, the festival begins, and the vast king also attends. The vast king, it means the leader of all kingdoms. He was the huge king. Now everyone has to obey the king of the kingdoms. His orders are obeyed. A game was about to start. Each warrior of the kingdom will come forward and will fight. The respect of that kingdom will enhance whose warrior will win. A tall, wide man comes from Kira's kingdom. They get astonished seeing him. Yasuno has to come forward from Kai's side. Everyone was thinking that he has killed the giant monster. That's why Yasuno was found in weird condition in the tent. Commander Oishi's son asks him while seeing it, "What happened to you? Are you fine?" Actually, Yasuno's eyes turned white. Kai understands after seeing the condition that he is possessed. Kai says someone has to go for the respect of the kingdom. A rule was established. Only a warrior could fight in that fight, and no one else could. Kai was a warrior, but none consider him a warrior. Everyone believes that he is not pure. Even then, Kai wears the warrior's uniform and mask. Kai goes to fight with that tall man. Kai was initially dominant over him, but that tall man was clearly a force to be reckoned with. He kicks Kai hardly. Kai falls behind, but Kai again stands up and fights with him. This time, Kai's sword was broken. The man hits Kai with a punch with his full power. Kai falls at a distance, and his mask removes, and they all get shocked seeing Kai there. When the king of the kingdom sees that he is not the warrior, he comes to Kai and asks, "You aren't a warrior, then what are you doing here? You will now be sentenced to death as a result of this." The princess arrives just as Kai's neck is about to be slashed with a sword. The king of the kingdom has commuted his death sentence, but he said he'd be punished, and that he'd be hit nicely. On the order of the king, Kai was beaten badly. Now we discover the witch and Kira together. They were planning to kill Kai's king tonight. The witch makes a plan and goes to the king's room. She possesses the king. As the king was possessed, he sees Kira was misbehaving with his daughter. While taking the sword, the king goes to kill in his sleep. All the soldiers hold the king when he was about to kill Kira. The king was possessed completely. Oishi also understand after seeing the condition of the king's eye that someone has possessed the king. The king of all kingdoms also arrives. After knowing that the king tried to kill Kira, he makes the king understand that you have done wrong. He was your guest. You tried to kill him when he was sleeping. It is a huge mistake. Its punishment is death. If there is a king or a normal human, justice will be served. The kingdom's king says to the king, that you have worked hard for this kingdom. That's why we will give you death with respect. It means you will take your own life with your hands. People believe that if a man kills himself, it is a respectable act. The king accepts his punishment with honesty. He stabs a knife in his belly. Oishi unwillingly supports his king in this. He separates King's head from his body. Seeing her father's death, the princess was sad. The kingdom's king takes a decision to give this kingdom to Kira. The princess has a time of 1 year. She will be depressed, and then she will marry Kira. Because Kira has all powers, that's why he gets benefits from this. At first, he makes the special commander of the prince, Oishi, a prisoner. Later, all of the king's well-to-do were imprisoned. He sends Kai to an island. Then a year passed. Oishi's punishment was also over. He was released. Seeing his father, Oishi's son takes his father at home. Only one thing was in Oishi's heart, that was revenge. He wants to take revenge on Kira, while killing him, first and foremost, for what has he done with the king, second, for what he has done with the king's companions. He asks his son, where are our other soldiers? His son replies that they are hiding and living in the forest. Oishi conveys his message to his soldiers through his son. Oishi himself goes to pick someone. Oishi moves to the island where Kai was sent. He notices that the island is in the worst condition. People openly drink and do the worst things. After it, Oishi moves inside. He notices a fight was going in between a man and a giant man. The giant man was dominating the other man. The man separates the head of the giant man from his body. This human was none other than Kai. Oishi says to the people there, I also want to do fight. He was also sent inside. Now they were in front of each other. Oishi tries to make Kai understand during the fight. This is me, Oishi, didn't you recognize me? Kai wasn't recognizing him, as he has forgotten everything. He was attacking Oishi continuously. Oishi was attempting both to save himself and to persuade Kai. Kai still doesn't recognize him. When Oishi says we have to escape the princess, her 1 year of sorrow had been finished. Now she will be married to Kira. We have to save her. Here, Kai remembers everything. They try to act like they are fighting. They come out from there while fighting. The fires were also shot at them to stop them, but they somehow saved. While leaving, they set the place on fire and run from there. Here they have made a small army, but they didn't have weapons. Kai claims that we will obtain the weapons from the forest's monsters. I know they will help us. Actually, I was brought up and learned everything from there. They will give us weapons in one condition. If we will pass their test. One of them asks, how difficult their test will be. Kai says the test is so difficult that it is not easy for everyone to pass it. They enter the forest. It wasn't an ordinary forest, it was a haunted forest. While rising from their graves, all souls were wandering. They reach near the cave of those monsters. Kai only takes Oishi with him inside. He asks the other companions to stay outside. Moving inside at a distance, he asked Oishi to stay there. He tells Oishi not to draw his weapon no matter what happens. After it, Kai moves inside and Oishi waits for him there. The people there were wearing yellow dresses. They all were bent. When Kai moves inside, a monster-like human comes there. It says to Kai, have you returned? I know you will be back. Kai tells it that I am here to take weapons. The monster-like human motions for him to take a weapon, pointing a midsword. Yasuno says I feel they have taken Kai with them. I don't believe those human-like monsters. If they will not return after some time, we will go inside. Oishi was also waiting for Kai. Meanwhile, Yasuno also comes there with his companions. Oishi asks them, why did you come inside? I forbid you to come inside. The bent humans started shaking. Yasuno takes out his sword. Seeing this, the yellow dress people awaken as Yasuno draws his sword. They attack them. A voice echoed, telling Oishi to hurry up and take out his weapon. Save your companions, will you let them die? Like this. Even after hearing this voice, Oishi doesn't take out his weapon. Kai and the monster-like human were at the same distance from the sword. Kai advances first to the sword, then to the monster-like human. The monster-like human has powers, that's why he was moving forward speedily. Here we discover that Kai also has powers, and he had learned everything from them in childhood. Kai advances at a faster rate than it and seizes the sword. It is shown Oishi didn't pick the sword, that's why everything becomes normal. Actually, his companions did not enter. He only sees the vision of taking his weapon. He didn't take out the sword because he remembered what Kai said, that don't take out the weapon no matter what happens. They have passed the test of monster-like humans, so they get all weapons. Now they are a total of 47 Ronin. Let me tell you about the Ronins. The warriors are ready to sacrifice for their kingdom and their king. If a task is assigned to the warrior, but he does not complete it, he becomes Ronin. They are aware that if they go to exact revenge, they may not return. If they will lead back, the King of Kingdoms will give them a death sentence. If someone goes against him, he announces him the death sentence. Now those 47 Ronin signs a paper, so they will be remembered in history. On another side, today was the marriage of the princess and Kira. Ronins arrive there to stop this marriage. They can't go inside like this, so they change into another outfit and go inside. They go there in the theater people's get-up. They gradually move inside the palace from the four corners. Oishi was dancing on the stage while wearing the costume. The others were also wearing the mask. There was the dance performance going on. Getting a chance, those Ronins start killing Kira's companions. Those Ronins were moving forward wisely while killing Kira's companions. Meanwhile, someone shoots an arrow at Oishi, and his mask gets off. Kira was shocked after seeing this. Following this, there was a lot of commotion. Kira and 47 Ronin began fighting. There was a warlike atmosphere. Even the 47 Ronins have killed many people of Kira. Even then they were fighting. During this, Kai reaches the princess. Oishi was also behind Kira. As Kai tells the princess, nothing can stop us from becoming one. Meanwhile, the witch arrives. Suddenly, the witch comes in her real getup. She was a massive dragon. Kai courageously fights with that dragon. It was surrounded everywhere and was throwing fire from its mouth. Now Kai uses his sword skills. He kills that witch. Oishi was also dominant on Kira. Oishi says to Kira, "I told you I will take revenge for all." Saying this, he separates Kira's head. He was holding Kira's head in his hand, and the fight stops after seeing Kira's head in his hand. The 47 Ronins have won. Here, they also have taken their revenge on Kira. But when they go to the king, he says, "You have done this against me. I told you not to attack or take any revenge. That's why there is a death sentence for you. You all will die a respected death. No doubt you went against me, but you didn't care about yourself in order to do right by your king. That's why I want to give you a respected death. You also kill yourselves as your king did." Here Oishi agrees with him. They are shown dressed up in a white dress. They are ready to kill themselves. The princess was weeping while seeing all this. The kingdom's king removes Oishi's son from them. He says, "I don't want you to take your own life, because I want Oishi's mark to be left behind." They kill themselves. They die with honor, much like a warrior. After seeing them, the princess sobs. This is where the film ends.